Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys the first perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very, very interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Tabansi. My handle is CTABANZ. If you want to follow the channel, DREAMERSPRO on Instagram, same name as the channel. And make sure you check out our DREAMERSPRO podcast for today's full show. So let me get into this topic here. As you guys know, well, maybe some of you guys don't know, yesterday there was a game that took place between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Orlando Magic. I watched maybe the first quarter of that game, and I saw that we're down, and I'm like, I'm not going to stay up all the way to the end to watch the ending of this game, but I'm just going to assume that the Clippers are going to win this game. So when I woke up, I saw that the Clippers won the game pretty decisively, although Kawhi Leonard and these guys had a horrendous shooting night. It was Paul George that got hot, but Norman Powell got hot in the first half, and he was able to kind of jumpstart their offense, right? So they won the game, all well and dandy. So what happened at the end of the game? As it normally happens at the end of the game, players and coaches coach speaks to the press. So they were talking to various players, and then they got to the point where they were interviewing Paul George. And as you guys know, the Lakers are actually going to be facing off against the Clippers tonight. And funny enough, that's a game that I was unaware that they were going to be playing them this soon, right? I was unaware of that, but to me, it's going to be great because I'm going to watch the game. I can't wait to see it. It's always, great TV to see the Lakers play against the Clippers. So they're going to be playing against them. And then one of the members in the press essentially asked Paul George to weigh in on how, Russell Westbrook's legacy has taken a hit ever since he joined the Los Angeles Lakers. And to my surprise, Paul George essentially went after the Lakers media, or the media that covers the Lakers, and essentially ripped them for trying to tarnish the legacy of Russell Westbrook. So what we want to do is play a little bit of what Paul George had to say about that, and then we'll come back and continue on. Take a listen to that.
Paul, I remember this time last year, season opener, you guys played the Lakers. Russ missed every shot, played hard, but missed every shot. And you still was, his joy wasn't there. Obviously, that February, you advocated for him to be here. He's still here. What was it about his time with the Lakers that you saw that the player was still there, even if the performance, the numbers weren't quite matching up, the narrative wasn't quite matching up?
He just did it. He just did it in Washington. No one was saying none of this when he was in Washington. And he goes to the Lakers and completely, he's done, he's this, he's washed, he's, just all these narratives started to float around, and he literally just was the same player that he is with us, with Washington. He had a great stretch in Houston right after Oklahoma, and so I just knew he still had it, like that was still in him, but being on his side and his teammate in Oklahoma, the way he plays the game is just, it's in his comfort zone. And I saw he just wasn't comfortable when he was with the Lakers. You could just see it on him, that there's so many battles he was fighting. And so, I was the first to defend him. I knew that wasn't the finished product of what Russ is. I knew he had a lot more basketball in him, and I knew he could help us. That's the reason I was the first to stick my neck out and vouch for him, because I knew he could help us.
So you heard what Paul George had to say, but it didn't stop there. So as the interviews were going on, they actually asked Russell Westbrook to weigh in on, facing his former team tonight. So what we want to do is quickly play what Russell Westbrook had to say about facing off with his former team in the Lakers, and we'll come back and really get into this topic here. So take a listen to that there.
Russ, obviously tomorrow's a big game, not just for you, but the team has rallied around you. Like, you've led them pretty much since you got here in February. I know you got your own emotions, but how do you get the team prepared to play for you when that's naturally going to happen?
You said get the team ready to play 40?
For you.
I think one thing about it, so many unselfish guys in this locker room since day one, and in the organization that they rallied behind me since day one, as you mentioned, and every night I try to give everything I have to make sure that I'm supporting them. And as long as they do their part, I'll make sure I continue doing my part night in and night out. And that's all you can ask for.
People talk about how you look happier since you come over to the Clippers. Why is that everybody says this, and also you look at that you look happier than where you were before you got?
Well, long list, but we don't got enough time for that today. But honestly, man, I think one, I'm just, and I know I reiterate this, but I'm very grateful for an opportunity and a team that wanted me during a tough time, just overall for myself and basketball-wise, being able to come to a spot where I was embraced and felt, welcome. And from then, I told myself that I will give, and like I've always done, give everything I have and be the best I can possibly be. And this game is supposed to be fun. Like that's who I am. That's the energy I bring. That's the game that I've grown to love since I was little, and that joy to me is what makes me who I am. And will continue that and continue giving everything I have and make sure I keep smiling. I've always, back when I was in Oklahoma, I had one talk before the game with Coach Scotty Brooks, and he always, I thought he was about to get on me about something. He just told me simply, just smile. When you smile, you play better. Your energy's better. And he knows that I don't really like to be smiling a lot during the games, but I always keep that in my mind when I get sidetracked, just making sure I'm smiling and make sure my energy is in the right place and it rubs off on my teammates.
So you heard what Russell Westbrook had to say. Now let me get into the meat and potatoes of this particular show here. Some people crack up when I say the meat and potatoes, but whatever. The fact of the matter is simply this. Before Russell Westbrook joined the Los Angeles Lakers, Russell Westbrook was a formidable player. The year before he joined the Lakers, let me give you Russell Westbrook's stats. That year, he averaged 22 points per game. He shot 44% from the field with the Washington Wizards. He shot 31% from the three. He shot 65.6% from the field. He got you 11 rebounds, 11.5 rebounds, 11.7 assists. He did have 4.8 turnovers, and he had 1.4 steals, and he helped lead that team into the play-in tournament. And they were floundering, when he got there. The following season, he joins the Lakers. His numbers take a hit, and the Lakers don't even make it into the play-in tournament. And Russell Westbrook was then deemed, the number one problem cause or problem child for the Lakers. And it wasn't just, fans saying it. It was really the media. People like Skip Bayless, people like Dave McMenamin, who referred to him as a vampire. And it seemed like the entire Lakers media machine kicked in and started to absolutely destroy Russell Westbrook in the public. And it got so bad that to the point where Russell Westbrook ultimately went to the bench and he ultimately moved him, he wasn't able to basically get a big contract from a team again, because this year I think he signed a 2-year contract, paying him, I believe, $7 million for 2 years. A guy that was earning over $40 million is now earning $7 million. And of course, you see the disrespect continue in various news publications. The ESPN just recently released its 100-player ranking, and they ranked Russell Westbrook as the 93rd player. The fact of the matter is simply this: the Lakers needed a scapegoat, and Russell Westbrook was the perfect candidate. And they did every single thing to tarnish his legacy. But here's the thing that I think I've noticed, and it's a glaring bit of hypocrisy. Russell Westbrook for the Clippers this year has been playing very well for them. As a matter of fact, in 4 games, he's scoring 13 points per game on 56% shooting from the field. Let me see. Yeah, on 56. 56%. Shooting from the field. He's shooting 33% from the three. His free throw shooting percentage is horrendous. He's shooting 40%, but he's only attempting 1.3 free throws. So I'll look at that when the volume increases. He's getting you 7 rebounds, 6.8 assists, only 3.3 turnovers, and 1.8 steals. Now, what the box score doesn't capture is his activity, his energy, the ability for him, his ability to push the pace, and this overall bringing a better vibe to that team in terms of his leadership and just his presence, which they absolutely love. And everyone is speaking highly of him, starting from the coach all the way down to the players. And what I've noticed is that Russell Westbrook now rarely gets any media coverage because he's playing well. But if Russell Westbrook starts to play poorly, all of a sudden Skip Bayless and all of these bozos will jump on television and start criticizing the guy. And I think that's what Paul George is talking about. You can actually see the hypocrisy right in front of your face. The fact of the matter is if Russell Westbrook was underperforming, these people will be ripping him in the media, basically saying that he's a plague to whatever team that he goes to. The fact of the matter is Russell Westbrook was already going to go into the Hall of Fame before he joined the Lakers. He was already a top 75 guy before he joined the Lakers. And my question is, how did he get bad all of a sudden? The fact of the matter is that he was a very poor fit with the Lakers, period, end of story. But what I have noticed with the Lakers, and maybe it's the way that the media covers them, maybe it's the way it's the fans, it's a little bit too stressful, to be honest with you, to be a Lakers fan. Because one day they win a game, or they win 2 games in a row, they're going to win a championship. They lose another game, oh my God, this team is terrible. And that's such a ridiculous way to be as a fan. When one day the sky is falling, the next day it's all roses and the butterflies are blooming all over the place. That's a ridiculous way to live as a fan, right? But that's what it is. The Lakers lose a game, and now all of a sudden, what kind of team is this? It's like I recently listened to Stephen A. Smith give 2 of the most ridiculous takes on consecutive days. One day he said LeBron James is the Lakers' best player and they cannot win with Anthony Davis. The very next day, they can win the championship if Anthony Davis plays like this. What? This is crazy. And what's going to happen is if the Lakers don't perform well this season, which I don't project them doing, I project them to actually be a very good team, then what's going to happen is they're going to blame somebody else. It's just the way it goes over there. If it's not Westbrook, now it's going to be AD. If they trade AD, they're going to be blaming the janitor. It always has to be something. It can't be that you played a team and you lost and that team was better than you that night. It has to be, oh my God, the sky is falling. How are we going to come together and think? It's just, to me, it's just absolutely crazy. And I'm glad that Russell Westbrook got the hell up out of there. You know, yesterday I heard something quite ridiculous, and y'all let me know. Nick Wright, after the trade, even though I had some questions about this James Harden trade, Nick Wright said that he believes that the Clippers are going to be a play-in team this year, that they're one of the bottom teams in the NBA and the Western Conference. We'll have to wait and see. He definitely believes that the Lakers are going to be better. We should wait and see as well, because the Lakers have one more day of rest than the Clippers. They're most likely going to play back-to-back. So, if according to Nick Wright, I think the Lakers should win this game decisively, since the Clippers are going to be a playing team. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what Paul George and Russell Westbrook had to say? And do you think that Russell Westbrook is going to have a bounce-back season this year? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments when we catch you on the next show. Peace.